say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escaping mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone? Been months of bluffing the blushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escaping mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone? Been months of bluffing the blushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Kinda missing how we kicked it off. Always in overdrive, now the feeling's lost. Blind to notice, we've been losing touch. Long gone fairy tale, yeah, we killed the rush. Been months of acting a fiction and staging a Valentine's. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Ooh, Every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. In the morning, I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. Turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escaping mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone? Been months of bluffing the blushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Wake up,
guys, welcome aboard once again. We are back with Claxon CODM Garena weekly sims, and of course it's going to be an amazing one. Before that, we are going to witness the third position type of contest. We are going to witness two teams which are going to place their bets and fight for their life eventually. Let's see which are those two teams, which are going to, let's say, dominate and eventually get more and more points into their favor. Of course, it's going to be an amazing one. I'm going to absolutely love the whole scenario which is going to be there. But in front of you guys, you are also ready or not? Just tell me that, because the match has already started and I'm already going to witness the kind of contestment. The first match is actually going to be in the hard point. As you all can see, the match begins, the fight is already started, the chaos is already rising. Let's see which team is going to earn the victory, which team is actually going to go in the third position. Well, that's the biggest question, because now hard point is already into the favor of special forces and they are absolutely contributing with the level best intensity which is required in the lobby. Moving onwards, if we talk about team number, or should I say team blue, it's going to be team Sevensins if I'm not wrong. Sevensins along with one Merdeka. That's the two squads which are going to fight for the third position. Let's see how this whole position is going to go on, because you can see that the one Merdeka is also trying to contribute. Some points are actually getting into their favor, but eventually the clash and the takes are not going to be that easy, guys. You can already see Gorilla squad, or should I say the team yellow, is not looking that sharp in the lobby. Moving onwards, if we talk about team Sevensins, well, of course, a lot of damage has been done from their particular area, and yes, of course, they are contributing, they're attaining more and more points, and that's the beauty of it, no doubt in that. Let's see how this whole situation will be panning out. Is it going to be possible enough for this team to get that victory, or in this hard point, the team which is going to get the target is going to be that one known as Team Sevensins, because Sevensins is already way too close. They're way too close to getting those beautiful points. But on the other corner, the chase is actually done. One Merdeka squad is actually holding the chase, and they are actually getting more and more points in their favor. That is an interesting one, no doubt on that. Moving onwards, the match time is only 4 minutes and 25 seconds more to go, and still, I believe the next hard point is already there into the favor of that particular team known as Team Sevensins, and they are holding it very beautifully. Look at how beautifully the teams are trying to contest. Well, they are of course trying their level best to gain more and more points, but it's not going to be that easy. As we talk about this particular guy, that is going to be Nuisance. Let's see how he's actually going to compete, because now at this moment the hard point was into the favor of Team Sevensins, and somehow Team 1 Merdeka comes in and just like that takes that hard point into the favor. That's an interesting one, no doubt on that. Moving onwards, if we talk about this guy, particularly known as Soju, if I'm not wrong, he's absolutely doing a amazing job, to be precise. But then again, Team Sevensins is not letting go that easily, and still the lead is actually into the favors of Team 1 Merdeka, and if this kind of lead gets persistent, 1 Merdeka will be the one who is going to become the champion of this particular tournament, and it is absolutely going to be amazing. Well, of course, this is a competition between two teams. That's going to be Sevensins versus Team 1 Merdeka, and this is for the position number 3, because the grand finale is actually going to be there after this one particularly. So guys, those of you who are here to actually witness the grand finale, please wait for a little bit longer, because the grand finale will be welcome, but it is going to be starting in a bit. But moving onwards, if we talk about this particular match, I guess it is an interesting one. If you are from Singapore, let me remind you once again that the next match, or should I say the grand finale, the battle between the top two teams are actually going to be there at 9 p.m. SGT, so you have to wait for that. At 9 p.m. SGT, you are going to witness the whole carnage coming up into the lobby. But let's see how this whole situation pans out. Of course, these amazing sprays are not going to go that easy. As you all can see, the contestment is surreal, the fighting spirit is surreal. Still, somehow this team known as Team Sevensins with that CBR4 is absolutely contesting. Kuzu is the guy who is actually getting those points in his favor, and he is absolutely doing the job very beautifully, no doubt on that. Moving onwards, well, Annihilator has been summoned, and with this, oh, it was a double kill coming up, but then again he was unable to survive. That's a decent one. Of course, the level of frags, the level of intensity is absolutely rising in the lobby, no doubt on that. 150 points is the marker they have to hit in, but is it going to be possible enough for Team Sevensins to hit that 150 point marker? Because Team Sevensins is not going to get that easily, because you can see that the whole particular compound has been occupied by that particular team known as 1 Merdeka. Apparently, if I'm not wrong, Sevensins is the one who is actually holding that upper edge into this particular fight, and they are the one who are constantly gaining more and more points, and that's the beauty of this particular match, no doubt on that. It's a best of 5 type of situation. First one is hard point in the firing range, and after that we are going to witness a lot of fight coming up once again. But still, the hard point is into the favor of team known as Sevensins, and they are absolutely crushing the competition, no doubt on that. Sevensins is absolutely eliminating any kind of substance, any kind of hindrance that has been created by the other team that is known as 1 Merdeka. Moving onwards, if I talk about this particular guy, look at that, with that banana blaster, he is one of those Mark 10 guys who is able to get that let's say eagle eye view, and eventually with that eagle eye view he's able to, let's say, gain more and more points. From the other corner, some sprays are there. That is absolutely interesting. The way this guy is fighting is absolutely mesmerizing. But now moving onwards, The hard point has to be covered up, but the hard point is about to get opened up. Let's see how this hard point is actually going to go on, and how many more points they can actually get. It is a bigger question. That's the biggest question that I'm actually searching for, that is I'm actually hunting for at this moment. But is it possible for us to get those hard points? Well, of course it is not going to be that easy, but still Sevensins is the one who is actually cherishing those hard points into their favor. That's an interesting one. Well, of course the hard point is finally getting into the favors of the other team, that is known as Merdeka, and Merdeka is absolutely getting the points. Look at that, 62, 63, and they are slowly but slightly rising. Can change other person other than Soju. Yes, of course I'm trying to change. I'm trying to change, don't worry. Moving onwards, Mythic X is also there. If we talk about this guy, that's going to be Wads. If we talk about this particular guy, that is Justin Kirk, I guess, if I'm not wrong. And if we talk about this particular guy with that hunter killer drone, he's trying his level best to actually eliminate some possibilities. But is it going to be that easy? No, it's not going to be that easy. Some sprays are there. Well, of course, Kozu puts one down. That's an interesting one. That is an absolutely brutal spray coming from his own angle. Some stuns, some smokes are actually going to be used. But then again, oh, it was a bad one by this guy. Moving onwards, the blue is actually winning at this moment. Sevensins is actually crushing the competition. Once again, some thumpers have been used by this particular guard. But is it possible for them to bring back the victory, bring back the charm in the game? I don't think so. It's not going to be that easy. Yes, of course, 146 points for them. Moving onwards, 147, 148, 149. And yes, of course, the first match from the best of 5 is already into the hands of team known as Sevensins. What more do you demand in the lobby, guys? Sevensins did the job very beautifully, and they are the one contending for the life, contending for the points, contending for the victory, and yes, of course, contending for the third position. No doubt in that, this team did a tremendous job in the lobby. Moving onwards, we are witnessing this as the lobby. In the Special Forces, we have got Team Sevensins. In the Guerrilla Squad, we are going to witness the team known as Team Merdeka. Well, of course, the performance was absolutely decent. Moving onwards, I'm going to witness the next match which is going to be there. So let me tell you about the round which is going to be there in front of us. Well, the rounds are going to be as such. Search and Destroy will be there in the map of Hacienda. It's again going to be interesting enough. Let's see how this whole situation will pan out, how much more of a point they can actually build at this moment is a bigger question, no doubt on that. But moving onwards, I'm actually looking forward to see that how much more of an impact will be there in the lobby, how much more of a gun game and aggression will be there in the lobby. Yeah, of course, a lot of things have to be changed. Moving onwards, yeah, the game is done and dusted. I'm actually going to go in the lobby and eventually play some music for you guys. Once the music will be over, the game will be started.
Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escaping mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone? Been months of bluffing the blushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah. I think it's time to talk.
Brace yourselves, guys. Once again, we are back with the next match. This is going to be Search and Destroy, and the map is absolutely amazing. Hacienda is going to be the map, and of course, we are going to witness a lot of chaos once again coming up. It's Team Sevensins in the blue corner, if I'm not wrong. No. This time the situation has been changed, because in this one, the blue corner is going to witness Team 1 Merdeka, and if I talk about the yellow corner, or should I say the red corner, the Guerrilla Squad is going to witness Team Sevensins. Moving on to the game, yes, of course, there we go. The game is on, the fight is on, the carnage is on. What do you think? Which team is going to win it, earn it, learn from it? Which team is going to get that third position? Oh, easily Team Sevensins is getting choked off. Look at that. Team Sevensins not looking that sharp in the lobby, I can say that.
Won't you say why you're stranger now? Your eyes escape my mind when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale where the magic's gone?
Massive one-shot, one kill can be the start for this particular but he was unable to tag him out finally. All ground, but of course 17 is not looking that sharp in me. Of course 17 has to actually do
kicking the castle down.
I know the previous one they were able to get contested, but finally back and he down in his
I think it's time to talk. It's time to talk.
Happens, well, we are
Kinda missing how we kicked it off. Always in overdrive, now the feeling's lost. Blind to notice, we've been losing touch. Long gone fairy tale, yeah, we killed the rush. Been months of acting a fiction and staging a baptize. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down.
Really very sorry about that, guys. Some music was playing down in the background. I'm really sorry about that. The issues is from the production end, but eventually, guys, the game is done and dusted. As you all can see, I'm really very sorry about the whole issue. Oh, shots are getting connected. Let's see, is it possible for Team Sevensins to once again win it, or is it going to be the demise of the other team that is going to be one Merdeka? What do you think, guys? It's a 1v1 equalizer type of fight coming up once again. One good shot can easily be tormenting for the enemy. But moving onwards, you can see that it's a type of 3v3 situation. Both of the teams have actually only 3 members left in this kind of constituency. What do you think? Which of these teams are actually going to win it, and how much more of a chaos is actually going to get welcomed before the whole gun game is actually going to go down? Hazim, I'm really very sorry about that. Gabriel, I'm really very sorry about that small issue. But I believe now the music has been turned off. You can enjoy the game, you can enjoy the casting, you can enjoy the whole carnage which is there in the lobby. I hope so that you guys are loving it. Moving onwards, if I talk about this particular guy, Harry is going to be the only member which is surviving still. CBR4 squad mate is going to be the gun which he's trying to use. On the other corner, the bomb has already been planted. It's a 1v3 type of situation. I don't think so it's going to be easy for this guy to survive in, but Team 7C is not getting not going to, let's say, live him. that easily, and of course he will be taken down really very soon. You can see that some sprays are there. Oh, that was a good one, no doubt in that. A decent spray comes from his own corner. He was able to put one down from the other corner. The bomb has already been planted, so of course this guy has to attain some kind of sinceriousness, and he has to attain some kind of good enough points for him. But eventually some shots are there, and you can already see Hari is the one who is absolutely pressurizing the enemy, and that is going to be Team Sevensins, which is losing a lot of ground. But just 1 or 2 seconds more to go, and after that the round will be lost by this particular team, and once again the round goes into the favor of Team Sevensins. That's a decent one. Sevensins is absolutely crushing the competition, and they are doing the job very beautifully. Moving onwards now, at this moment I would like to see that how this whole team is actually going to perform. The team known as one Merdeka, let's see how they're going to perform, because I can see that one day Merdeka is one of those teams which can be very captivating, which can be one of those teams which can be very aggressive. But is it possible for this team to be aggressive enough to deal with Team 7C? Sevensins to be precise. Oh, a trophy system was deployed. Oh. A normal kill is already there. It's a 1v1 type of situation. Once again, this guy gets a double kill. Well. What a massive takedown coming up from his own corner. That's a decent one. He's absolutely doing the competition, and he was doing the justice until Team Sevensins joined the forces, and just like that put down the competition. Now we're moving onwards. This guy has got the bomb. Let's see, is it possible for him to plant that bomb? No, it's not going to be that easy for him, but eventually I guess Team 1 Merdeka is also not going to live up for a longer period of time. As you all can see, SX Snacks is actually going to be the last man standing for this particular team. The bomb is already getting planted. You can see that the bomb has been finally planted. Interesting enough, some sprays are there, but is it possible for him to take him down? I don't think so, because you can see that the bomb has been planted. He's actually going for the diffusion. Once again, this guy is actually going to go for the diffusion. Is it possible for him to diffuse it? Of course, he's going to get... Oh, he was spotted. For a brief period of time, he could have been taken down. Again, he goes for that diffusion of the bomb. Oh, he is successful in it. That is decent enough. And this round is already into the favor of Team 1 Merdeka. What a gun game. What a strategy. What a planful type of game coming from this particular team. Moving onwards, SS Snacks is already there in the back end vicinities. If we talk about the bombs, if we talk about the contestants, if we talk about the surreality of this particular game, I'm expecting a lot to come in at this moment. But what do you think about the whole situation, guys? Is it possible for Team Sevensins to overcome this particular team? Because I had seen Sevensins in the hardpoint map, in the firing range map, I believe so. They were able to perform very beautifully. But in this one, is it possible for Team Sevensins to survive, perform, and gain more and more points, or is it going to be the demise of Team Sevensins? What do you think, guys? What will happen? Harry was taken down. That's a decent one. Of course, both of the teams are actually trying their level best to get tagged out, but you can see that, oh, 2 members from this particular team has been taken out. It's a 2v2 type of fight coming up once again. A decent one, no doubt in that. I believe so. Oh, some sprays are there, and some connections are being made. The connections and the surreality of the game is actually getting determined. It's Zhang, if I'm not wrong, and Snacks. These are the 2 members, but Zhang's was taken down. One Merdeka is actually losing the grounds on the other corner. If we talk about this particular guy, he's actually moving on and trying his level best to plant the bomb, but of course it's not going to be that easy. Some shots were connected to him. He was slowly going to get decimated. But at this moment, if we talk about Nox, he's actually moving on to plant the bomb, and yes, of course, he will be able to successfully plant the bomb, I believe so. And look at that, how beautifully this guy is actually going to plant that bomb. Particularly, yes, of course, the bomb is about to get planted, and on the way, the bomb has been planted. That's a decent one. 40 more seconds to go for that particular team, and if they will be able to survive, then the game will be done and dusted. But I don't think so. It's going to be an easier task said than done. Snacks, with some space of his own, was able to, let's say, retaliate. Oh, that thumper was on point. Thumper. CBR4 is also there. Some thumpers are actually getting attained. Some nades and some smokes are actually being used, as you can see. Another spray comes in. 20 more seconds to go. The time is running up. The time is like a ticking time bomb for this particular guy. Oh, he gets a beautiful headshot. He gets a beautiful 1 kill into his perspective. 1 kill was absolutely amazing, and now he's going to defuse that bomb, and once again he might be able to go successfully with it. And yes, of course, the bomb is getting planted. Is it going to be that easily? Yes, of course, the bomb was defused. Somewhere around Team Sevensins is losing a lot of ground. I don't know what they are trying to do, but this kind of strategy, well, of course, you are going to go down to the dust. Never expected this from Team Sevensins. What is happening, guys? What is happening? The bombs are getting diffused. In the global meta, I have not seen this kind of scenario coming up that often, but yes, of course, that's what is actually happening. You can see that the bombs are being diffused, the bombs are being retaliated with. On the other corner, if we talk about Team Sevensins, let's see how they're going to actually retaliate with this. Puaka Z is another guy with that DLQ33, and the blue scratch is actually going to be the skin that he's trying to actually use up. But another shot comes in, and with that one kill, he can be actually one of those amazing guys who can easily get those finishes. And yeah, of course, he eliminated one. Thumper is being reloaded, but still, oh, that's a beautiful, decent double kill coming from his corner. Now that's it. That is absolutely interesting. Moving onwards, if I talk about Team Sevensins, I believe Sevensins is about to get finished off really very soon, because the last member standing from Team Sevensins is going to be this one. He's the only member of his particular team. Some sprays are there. Oh, he gets one normal kill. Interesting enough, he was able to, let's say, compete with one of those enemy guy. But moving onwards, it's a 1v2 type of situation. And what do you think, guys? Is it possible for him? No, it's not going to be that easy. And just like that, the guy was taken down. Moving onwards, 2 more rounds to go for Team Special Forces, or should I say the Team Attacker or Team 1 Merdeka, whatever you want to call them, because 1 Merdeka is one of those attacking guys which are actually using a lot of strategy, which are actually losing a lot of balance in their game, and they are getting a lot of points. That's a decent one, no doubt on that. With that katana, this guy is trying to push in. On the other corner, would like to see this team performing once again, but before that, they are actually going to go and plant that bomb if is it possible for that particular team. Let's see what happens. Team Sevensins, if they try to give a comeback, it will be a decent one, no doubt on that. If the comeback is going to come in, I don't think so it's going to be that easy, but of course the bomb is about to get planted, and for Team Sevensins, thing to be worried is actually going to be there. Yes, of course, the bomb has been planted, only 40 more seconds to go, and then the game will be done and dusted. In these 40 seconds, the whole team of Team Sevensins has to do something amazing, has to do something chaotic, so that they will be able to survive and eventually attain more and more points. Of course, this guy from the Banana Blaster once again eliminates one more from Team Sevensins. That's a decent one, but still he is the last man standing with that Thumper. He might be able to, let's say, completely devastate the competition, but I don't think so it's going to be a piece of cake for this guy to survive in. Yes, of course, some sprays are being demanded. Oh, the sprays are there, but the 5th round is also into the favor of the other team, which is known as the 1 Merdeka. What an amazing gun game. Alright, get ready for the last one for 1 Merdeka. Get ready for the comeback for Team Sevensins. Is it going to be the comeback situation, or is it going to be the last one for 1 Merdeka and they will be registering their victory? What do you think, guys? What will happen? Any clues, any ideas, any assumptions? Please tell me, guys. Please tell me. According to me, guys, I think again Sevensins is actually slightly on the losing end. Oh, another spray, another sliding guy comes in, another spray comes in. He will be eliminating 2 members. Oh, he was unable. He was unable to eliminate 2 members, but I guess he's on the way of cooking that bomb and eventually planting it up. Yes, of course, the bomb was about to get planted, but he was taken down. That's a sad sight to watch. Eventually, another way, a bomb is about to get planted, but some nades are actually there. Team Sevensins is absolutely doing a very decent job. Sevensins with that kind of intensity can easily eliminate the competition by a huge number, if I'm not wrong. Again, a spray comes in. Again, a retaliation fire will be there. You can see that. Oh, a decent normal kill was there. That is good enough. That is good enough. Snacks is absolutely doing the job. And once again, the match is actually into the favor of Team 1 Merdeka. Well, of course, the first match was won by the Team Sevensins, but this one is actually into the hands of Team 1 Merdeka. What a gun game. What an intensity. What a carnage coming up into the lobby right now. Moving on to the stats, guys. Let's talk about the stats which are there in the lobby. We will be talking about that. We'll be actually witnessing what the stats are actually telling us about this particular team, but no doubt in that, 1 Merdeka did a beautiful job. First 2 matches were there into the favor of, let's say, Sevensins, but after that, in the upcoming rounds, Team 1 Merdeka was able to compete, was able to harshly make them surrender and took them down. The game is done and dusted. Moving on to the next one, I guess we are going to witness another sweet level of fight coming up really very soon, and I'm excited to see that how this whole situation will be panning out. But before that, guys, yes, of course, we are going to move on to the audio, I believe so. The music before the match actually gets started. So actually, guys, enjoy the music, and I'll be back really very soon once the match gets started. I hope you guys are going to love it. But on that note, guys, enjoy the music. The next one is actually going to be the hardpoint one, and let me just tell you about the map for a brief period of time. The map is actually going to be it is going to be domination, and the map is actually going to be summit. Interesting enough. So yeah, moving onwards, the game is done and dusted. I'll be waiting for you guys on the next horizon.
Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escaping mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone? Been months of fluffing the blushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Ooh,
Welcome back, guys. Once again, we are back with the fights, we are back with the aggression, domination, and the map of Summit is going to be there in front of us. So let's see how this whole situation will be taken down. Moving onwards, as you can see.
Enemy taking A.
Okay, I believe some music is out. So first of all, I was pretty much silent for a few seconds and I was actually trying my level best to actually shut down the music. I believe the music has been taken down and this is the domination phase. You are going to witness a lot of chaos coming up. Look at those beautiful sprays coming up. Once again, the domination phase is absolutely lovable because it is like a TDM1. Of course, you have to actually hold some spots which are going to be there. But is it possible for this particular team to actually hold it up that easily or not? Well, that's the biggest question. As you all can see, some more sprays are actually going to get welcomed, no doubt in that. The connections are actually looking straight up ahead and the fights and the retaliations are absolutely looking very on point. You can see that Team Merdeka is one of those teams which is actually holding the hard points for a longer period of time, and that is absolutely decent enough. These points are actually getting into the favor of Team Merdeka, and if Merdeka continues to do this kind of amazing stuff, they will be the one who is going to actually cherish that victory. Well, that could be the stats, and as you all can see, the points are actually getting into the favor of Team Sevensins also. They are also competing, they are also doing the job very beautifully, no doubt on that. But still, team number 2, or should I say Team Merdeka, is also attaining a lot of points. They are also doing a very decent job, no doubt in that, and of course, getting those points is actually going to be very amazing. The target is actually going to be of 75 points, but is it going to be Team Merdeka or is it going to be Team Sevensins who is actually going to get those hard points to their favor? But I think at this moment, Merdeka is one of those teams which is absolutely crushing the competition, and Team Sevensins is unable to do that job very beautifully. As you all can see, Merdeka back and forth is winning it, but then again the backup is there, then again the retaliation is there, then again the point system is actually falling short. What do you think about the whole situation, guys? How much more of a point is actually left in the lobby? 37 points. That's what Merdeka is actually holding with. Sparrow! Oh, Sparrow is absolutely amazing. I just love this bow and arrow type of situation. I just love whenever enemy or a teammate actually uses it. This is absolutely amazing. It is absolutely an amazing ability that you can actually use with. But then again, Sparrow actually comes with his own pros and cons. You won't be able to actually, let's say, use it once you actually are on the reload way. So actually that can be very tough for you guys. But eventually this is the certain death which is going to rise, and once again 51 points for the particular team is actually already there. You can see that the contestant is there, the retaliation is already there, but still somehow they are actually attaining a lot of hard points, and that is the beauty of this particular match. No doubt in that, the contestants are looking strong. Remaining non-score are actually going to be just only 20, but still Merdeka is doing a very decent job of actually winning it. Sevensins are not looking that sharp. As you can see, Sevensins are actually trying their level best to compete, but still they are unable to gain and attain more and more points. NPSN, no audio? How could be that possible, man? The audio is coming. Please actually check out your headphone and all, because the audio is coming. Everybody is loving it, everybody is enjoying it. If the audio is not coming to you, please check it out once again. Please actually show the light and please actually check whatever the issue is there with your earphone or whatever you are wearing, because I think the audio is coming. Let me check once again. 75, the sudden death is actually going to be there, and Gorilla Squad is actually going to win it, switching the sides once again, and you are going to witness the chaos once again. Oh yeah, the audio is coming, bro. Audio is coming just fine. I actually just tuned into my other phone and I watched my own stream, and I guess the audio is coming just fine. So please check out whatever is happening with your own device, man. Please do it. Eventually moving onwards, Zhang is actually the guy who is actually holding the hard points once again into this favor. So let's see how this whole hard pointing scenario is actually going to be there for them. Is it going to be Team Merdeka or is it going to be Team Sevensins coming back in this particular round? Oh, it's not going to be Team Sevensins. As you can see, Merdeka is absolutely holding the points. They are getting and attaining more and more points. That is absolutely decent. Sparrow is being used. Of course, trophy system has been implemented. As you all can see, the contestant can be there, the takedown can be there at this moment, but 80 points, that's what Team Merdeka is actually holding with. And of course, they are dominating. Of course, they are attaining. Oh, some sprays were there with that trophy system being implanted. He was able to attain those points, and that is absolutely amazing. I'm just loving the kind of spirit that we are actually witnessing. On the other corner, some sprays are there, some retaliation fires were there, and with this, the elimination is already done and dusted. 88, 89, 90, 91 points for the particular team known as Merdeka, and they are absolutely cherishing it. What are you saying, NPC? First, of course, Hazim Iskander. Hazim, are you getting my audio or not? Please tell me. Hazim, man. I think you are getting my audio if I'm not wrong, because I actually tuned into my other device and I was able to hear myself. The game audio was also just fine. I guess there is no stutters, there is no buffer and all, so the stream is running smoothly if I'm not wrong. Please tell me.
We lost A.
Well, now moving onwards, 103 points, that's what Team Merdeka is actually handling with. on the other corner. Second half of the match is already running up and it is running with a fast pace. Audio are perfect. Okay, that's great. And is there any issue in casting, Hassan?
Capturing.
Is there any issue? Am I going too fast? I should slow down, or is it just fine? Just tell me. I'll be taking your feedback because you're the only member of Claxon, of the family of Claxon, which is here supporting us, loving us, caring for us, witnessing our stream. Please tell me, man. 116 points. That's what we are actually getting from Team 1 Merdekas, and Sevensins are not looking that strong. Slow down a little bit. Okay. I'll be slowing down, no doubt in that. Moving on, if I talk about this particular team, 1 Merdeka is one of those beautiful team which is absolutely doing the job. No problem at all perfect. Schrodinger's cat. Thanks for that lovely support. Eventually moving onwards, 125 points, that's what these guys are attaining for. Oh, that thumper, he just missed that thumper, and that is why the synergy was broken down. But from the back angle, a backup was there, and that's what I'm actually hunting for. The backup, the synergy, the domination, the game plan, the action. Well, it is absolutely amazing. Now moving onwards, I guess slowly but surely this particular team known as Sevensins is rising. As you all can see, the Phoenixes are rising, but not for a longer period of time, because then again we have got Team 1 Merdeka rising from the dust. They have to attain just 20 more points to win this one, because we all know the target is of 1. Oh, Death Machine has been used, and of course when the Death Machine has been summoned, you won't be able to survive, and that's what happened. Banana Blaster once again has been summoned. 134 points for Team 1 Merdeka. Sevensins meanwhile is unable to cross the 100 marker yet. Of course, a long way journey has to be done. Is it possible for them to climb that journey, or should I say climb that ladder to be precise? I don't think so, because at this moment the pressure is immense. Already Team 1 Merdeka has won one beautiful round of search and destroy, and now they are about to crush the competition for them in the domination one. So I think, yeah, of course the job is done and dusted. As you all can see, 146, 147, 148, 149, and they are about to crush the competition. They're about to win it, and of course I believe so the game is done and dusted. And there we go, the third match from the best of 5 is actually into the favors of Team 1 Merdeka. They are leading from 1, because 2 rounds have been won by a team, 2 matches to be precise have been won by Team 1 Merdeka, and only 1 have been won by Team Sevensins. Of course, Team Sevensins has to do a lot of job once again. They have to actually react their seriousness, gain more and more points, then only they will be able to compete with the, or should I say, compete with Team 1 Merdeka, and then eventually they will be able to attain the 3rd position, because this is the battle between #3 and #4th position. So what do you think which team is actually going to get it? Before that, let's talk about the stats. As you all can see, the scores are looking very amazing for this particular guy known as Soju. Moving onwards, the game is done and dusted. Domination phase was also already over. Now I'm actually waiting for the next one to come in. It is going to be search and destroy in the map of Raid. Already witnessing the chaos. Enjoy the music. I'll be back in a jiffy, and I'll be back once the match gets started. So enjoy the music, guys. Make sure to do it.
Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escape mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone? Been months of bluffing the bushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down.
Alright, enough music. The action begins soon, and you can already see that match number 4 from best of 5 is actually going to rise in. Once again, it is actually a search and destroy, and the map is going to be raid. Witness the fights, witness the carnage, witness the chaos in front of us. So guys, what do you think? Which team is actually going to win it? Is it Team 7C or 1 Merdeka? And if 1 Merdeka wins, they are actually going to be the 3rd position teams. The team which is going to get the 2nd runner position, or should I say the 3rd position in this tournament, in this weekly scrims to be precise. Okay, some space are there. Once again, 1 Merdeka is absolutely doing the job. Or is it Team Sevensins? Oh, Sevensins. At this moment, I don't think so. This was supposed to be a hard point. Wait, let me check. Let me check according to the schedule.
Need backup, please.
Okay, it is going to be hard point. Nice, nice, nice. Let's see what is actually going to happen at this moment. Sevensins will take the search and destroy point as one Merdeka used ban item. Guys. So there's a twist in the story, and you can see that now Sevensins is actually winning and leading by one, and you can already see that one Merdeka is losing at this moment. So if Team Sevensins continues this kind of lead in this particular one, they are easily going to compete with the competition. They are easily going to attain that level of height, attain that level of intensity into the favor. At this moment, if we talk about Team Sevensins, well, they are not looking that strong, but still not looking that shabby also. Because yes, of course, they are able to get close to 20 points. Again, some sprays are there, some sprays are going to get welcomed. Once again, the hard point is into their favor. Hunter Killer Predator Missile, and actually Hunter Killer Drone was also there. So some more sprays are there. This team known as Team Sevensins with 29 points of their own is absolutely winning and doing the job very beautifully. No doubt in that. Some sprays were there. Some guys were trying to take it off. Okay. Oh, a nade comes in with this. He pops him off. Moving onwards, if we talk about Dr. Soju or some other members which are trying to survive, let's see how they are going to contribute, how much more of a point they can actually build. Eventually, I just love the kind of consistency which is there. I just love the kind of aggression which is there. Oh, I accidentally set my audio to headphones. No wonder my laptop speaker no volume. Okay. They rematch for Team 7 use Annihilator. I think the rematch is not going to be there because from the production and from the management, I got a notification that yes, of course, the one Merdeka, when they use that banned item, the match is already into the favor of Team 7 to be precise. So at this moment, the score chart is somehow Sevensins with the 2 victories and one Merdeka with only 1 into their favor. So is it going to be this one where Team 1 Merdeka is going to outshine, or is it going to be this one where Team Sevensins is again going to win it and again going to dominate it? What do you think, guys? Oh, the shots are coming, the damages are flying here and there. If we talk about Snacks with that CBR4, he might be able to compete, and look at those sprays coming up, but he has been also exposed. With this, he also gets down, and I believe so a Sparrow should be summoned really very soon. Okay, I believe Sparrow is also banned out. I don't know, but yeah, Sparrow has been used up. You can see that Sparrow kills are actually coming up, and once again that guy was able to get that Sparrow kill. But after that, what happens, he was unable to, let's say, continue with that gun because he was taken down from the back end. Oh, that's a bad one because he was trying to jump in, trying to make it up. Let's see how this whole situation will be carried out. No, it's Team Sevensins use ban item. I don't know, man. Hazim, please actually go on the server and tell them whatever the issue is, because the notification which I got is Sevensins will take the search and destroy point as one Merdeka used ban item again. Ban item again. Are you understanding? The ban item was used again. So I guess that's the problem in between. Anyway, guys, moving onwards, we are going to witness a lot of chaos in the lobby, and you can already see 88 points is the stats for Team Sevensins. And if we talk about the particular team known as one Merdeka, well, they are also getting a lot of points. Justin is there with that death machine. Of course, this gun is absolutely going to be amazing. Death machine, one of those guns which can be very deadly for the enemy. Oh, some sprays are there. As well can see, survival is going to be out of question for the enemy, and of course the survival is out of question. As well can see, this guy was berserker, absolute berserker of a beast at this moment. Oh, some sprays are going to get welcomed. As well can see that death machine is not going to get not going to actually make it that easy for the enemy. Moving onwards, more and more shots have been welcomed. Guys, please make sure to like the stream. I can still see I have only received 12 or 13 likes. What are you doing, guys? If you are not loving the custom, please tell me. If there is any issue, please tell me. But don't stop loving us, don't stop liking the stream. Please do that. Please like the stream, please support us till the end, because Claxon is here to make a family, not to actually make a name, not to actually build a business. Of course, the business is actually going to go along with the way, but yeah, we are making a family, and you are the hugest part, or should I say the biggest part of that family. So make sure to support us, guys. Make sure to support us. It's a close call. As you can see, both of the teams are actually way too close to each other. 98 points for Team 7 and if we talk about Team 1 Merdeka, they're also close enough. 88 points for them. 100-point marker has been crossed by Team 7 and that's a decent one. That's a peak that everybody wants to reach in. But of course, that team which was able to reach it is known as Team 1 Merdeka. Oh, sorry, Sevensins. One Merdeka is again out of question. Once again, they have been taken down. The hard part is actually into the favor of this particular team known as Sevensins, and they are actually holding it very beautifully. You can see that the game is done and dusted. They are actually about to crush the whole competition, but then slowly and suddenly what happens, the team is back again in the game, and it is going to be one Merdeka with that backup, with that intensity once again, and they are able to gain more and more points. That's a decent one, no doubt on that. So moving onwards, let's see how much more of a point is actually going to left, how much more of an aggression is actually going to be there. No issue as such, just a suggestion: while casting, try using present tense instead of past. It's more engaging this way. Yeah, I would love to use that, but I guess the game is already being there. The fights which were there are already over, so I guess I use past tense. But no worry, I'll take that feedback and I'll work on it. Moving onwards, let's see how this whole situation will be panning out. Team 7 is, or should I say Sevensins, is losing a lot of ground, as you all can see. 122 points for that particular team, but still the hard point is not touchable. Oh, the hard point is actually into the favor of Team Sevensins, and I believe they are going to get it for a longer period of time. They are actually close to contestant, and the remaining round score are looking very beautiful for Team Sevensins, no doubt in that. If they are going to win this one, they are going to win the third position, of course, into their favor. Once again, a spray comes in, and this guy is absolutely competing. Well, of course, he was unable to. On the other corner, some sparrow shots are already there. You can see that. Oh, Essex Nax is the guy constantly hunting for the finishes, constantly hunting for the eliminations of the enemy. And he is absolutely doing this job very beautifully. Moving onwards, 136 points. That's what the team Sevensins have got. And if we talk about this team, should I say one Merdeka? Well, they are not looking that strong. But yeah, backup is there. They are already rising up. They are already slowly but surely gaining more and more points. That's absolutely decent. But at this moment, the strategy for Sevensins is actually going to be there that they are going to hold another hard point which is going to be there. And if they are able to hold that another hard point, they will be easily able to, let's say, win this one into their favor. And I guess that is going to be the strategy. But some sprays are there, some takeouts are actually going to be there. Once again, the hard point is into the favor of Team 1 Merdeka. And if they are going to win this one, obviously the competition will be taken down. But then again, the space was emptied out. And with this, I believe once again the contestant is actually looking sharper and sharper. Finally, I believe so, the team is actually going to win it. And we are back with one Merdeka's domination. And one Merdeka wins this one. It was a close call, no doubt in that. But finally, we can see that one Merdeka did the job very beautifully. And finally, they are the one moving on to the next one. And I guess we are going to witness the 5th match also in the best of 5. Of course, it was absolutely amazing. The stats are in front of you guys. You can already see how this whole contestant went out. Moving onwards, we are actually going to go on to the next game. If you're loving the casting, make sure to follow me on my Instagram. If you're not loving me, make sure to still follow me and DM me about the issues. Anyway, the host has changed the camp and I'm actually moving on to the next game. So as you can see, this is actually going to be search and destroy in the map of raid, or is it going to be somewhat different map? Let me check. So the map is actually going to be raid or standoff. I don't know. I guess somewhere the schedules have been changed, because the schedule which I got from the management is pretty much different from the things which are happening in the game. Anyway guys, moving on to the music. You can enjoy the music until the game gets started, and once the game gets started, you will be blessed by my beautiful voice. Until then guys, peace out, love you all. My name is Raider. I'll be seeing you soon enough.
Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escape mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone? Been months of buffing the bushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down.
Was just waiting for the 5-man power to come in, and of course the 5-man power is here right now. This is the last match. Either they win it or they are going to lose it. Let's see what is actually going to happen. The map of raid is already in front of us. It is actually going to be a mode of search and destroy, and it's going to be an interesting one, no doubt in that. And the bombs is already into the favor of this particular guy known as Dr. Zhang. Let's see how he's actually going to implement it. Some throwables, some connectivity, some nades. That's what we are actually witnessing. Harry gets down from this particular team, and again you can see that Sevensins is trying to dominate. Sevensins is absolutely crushing the competition. Snacks is over there. This guy with that bomb is actually holding his own area. Oh, squad mate is the gun he's trying to use in, but then again the competition was absolutely amazing. He was able to dominate him. That is absolutely decent, no doubt in that. Moving onwards, if I talk about this guy, DLQ-33 1001 Knights is actually going to be the gun that he's trying to use, and of course he actually eliminates one more. That was a decent one. Another spray is about to get welcomed really very soon from the other corner. I guess we might see another bomb getting planted. But is it possible for that particular guy from Team Sevensins to overcome Team 1 Merdeka, or is it going to be Team Sevensins which is going to dominate him? Let's see what is actually going to happen, guys. This guy is absolutely holding his own corners because he knows a small mistake can easily rip him apart, his spirit apart. Oh, I don't know what happened to that guy. He was just constantly moving his gun here and there. I don't know what happened. Yeah, he was taken down to dust, down to finish off. Well, Mythic is the only guy which is left in the lobby, and I believe once again this particular guy is actually going for the bombs planting. And yeah, of course the bomb are about to get planted, and that's a decent one. Once the bomb is going to get planted, again a contestant will be there. A short time period of 45 seconds was provided to this guy, but that is going to be enough for him or not, that's a bigger question. Some space are there, squad mate has to be reloaded, but then again, okay, I guess it was a 1v1 type of situation, and now the diffusion is actually going to be there. Mythics is actually going to defuse it and once again win this particular round into his favor. Sevensins is absolutely crushing the competition, and they are back again with the healthy spirits. They are back again with the healthy competition that they are actually going to put forth in us, in our front. And yeah, moving onwards, this is the kind of consistency which we wanted always and always and always. And I'm just absolutely loving the way these teams are actually trying to contribute. These teams are absolutely trying to rip each other apart. If we talk about 7x Mythics, well, still sitting, still dormant, still trying to figure out what more can actually be done. So yeah, that's the state. 7S, or should I say Team Sevensins, is not looking that strong in this particular one. As you all can see, 2 or 3 members have already been taken down from the corner. If we talk about this guy, he has also been contested from the other corner. If we talk about Mythics, the guy who was responsible for the last matches winning is actually going to get terminated in this one also. With that katana, this guy is trying to rotate. That is going to be DLQ-33, and the skin is actually going to be Zealot. Let's see, is it possible for this guy to connect those shots? Oh, the bomb is actually getting planted. You can already see in front of him, but he is unable to do anything. That's a sad sight to watch. Eventually, the bomb has already been planted, and finally the game is done. Dusted one again. It's an equalizer one. As you all can see, both of the teams have actually acquired 1-1 round into their perspective. That is a decent equalizer, no doubt in that. Moving onwards, if we talk about some more members trying to compete, trying to attain more finishes. Obviously, the gun game is not going to be that easy for these particular teams to survive in. But yeah, believe somewhere around the contestant will be there. Oh, that was a decent shot coming up. Once again, the shots were there. The connections were there. Okay, some sprays are there. You can see that the connectivity is demanded. Again, if we talk about this particular team, DLQ-33 is the poison of choice. But Hardpoint was actually... Hardpoint, not that mode wala. Not that mode, guys. I'm actually telling you about the hardships that these teams are actually feeling to be precise. If we talk about this guy, Zhang is the one who is actually with that squad mate and the bomb also in his backpack. Is it possible for this guy to actually compete with it, or is it going to be the demise of this particular guy? We don't know at this moment. As of now, I don't have any clue that what will happen, but I believe the bomb is for sure going to get planted, and the guy known as Dr. Zhang is actually going to be the one who is going to be able to, let's say, plant that bomb. Yes, of course, the bomb is about to get planted, and now 45 seconds more to go, and after that the bomb will get kaboom. And before that, this team has to actually just defend it and play in a very balancing way. That is going to be the case for this particular team. So what do you think, guys? How this whole situation is actually going to get panned out? How much more of aggression is actually going to get built? That is the biggest question out in that. Moving onwards, we might see more coming up. Alright, there is a snake coming. Alright, there is a connection was coming up. If we talk about Osmic's nuisance, well, he was also taken down by Thumper's burst out. I don't know what happened to the guy, but he was taken down finally. Again, the special forces, or should I say Sevensins, were the one who were actually winning it, and they did it very beautifully, no doubt in that. Moving onwards, I am not seeing any of you chatting, any of you connecting with me. What happened, guys? Please actually chat down. Please actually tell me what is your opinion on the whole stream. What is your opinion on your favorite teams which are trying to take up a fight into the lobby? Well, I'm absolutely loving the whole contestment. In the next one, you are going to see a best of 5 situation once again, and it is actually going to be between Team RAU Rivals and CKG Legacy. So of course, these are the two teams which are going to be there in the grand finale. The prize pool will be distributed as such, where the team which is going to win it is actually going to attain $65 Singapore dollars to be precise, and the team which is actually going to be the runner-up of that particular weekly series is actually going to get 35 Singapore dollars. So it's a decent amount, no doubt in that. But eventually, moving onwards, as you all can see, the contestment is looking sharper and sharper. The teams are actually trying to take more and more TPP. Not even a single close call casualty is actually getting built. But Team 1 Merdeka, they are losing it. Obviously, guys, they are losing it at this moment because you can see that the contestant, should I say, is not looking that strong. Some space are there, and yes, of course, this guy turned the tides. This guy eliminated a huge amount of competition from the lobby, and finally, I can say that this guy that is known as Snacks is the only one which can actually create a impact onto the lobby. And if that impact is not there, I believe so the contestant will be there. He's actually going to go for that bomb planting scenario. Yeah, of course, he's trying his level best to go ahead and plant the bomb. I believe the strategy that he's actually trying to play with is absolutely massive. I'm just loving the way this guy is actually trying to fight for, or should I say the teams are actually trying to play for, because I've casted many CODM multiplayers and Search and Destroy modes, but in that I usually see the teams going for that 5v5 fight, usually going for those connections, usually going for those aggressions. But at this moment, if I'm not wrong, one thing I'm actually loving is the kind of consistency and the usage of those bombs and the usage of those areas. But yes, of course, he was taken down, and finally, as you all can see, the diffusion is actually going to be there, that's for sure. These guys are actually going to get it diffused, and once again you can see that the diffusion is something which is very, very crucial, and the bomb has been diffused. And the third round is also into the favor of team known as Sevensins. This is the continuation that we are actually witnessing, and if this kind of scenario gets continued, we are actually going to witness a lot of amazing scenario in the lobby. Alright, some more throwables, some more witnesses are actually going to be there, but let's see how Watts is actually going to play with. Again, some throwables have been used, but let's see, is it possible for them to connect those throwables? No, the throwables were not connected. Moving onwards, if I talk about team 1 Mandrake, oh, the sprays have been welcomed, but the sprays are not getting any kind of decent connections. On the other corner, Dr. Zhang was taken down, Dr. Zhang was eliminated. Again, a spray comes in, that's a decent one, no doubt in that. Some more sprays have been demanded. Walker's Zad has also been taken down, I believe so. Team number 2, or should I say team 1 Mandrake, is not looking that sharp in the lobby. Some sprays are there, but it was a decent normal kill coming from their own corner. On the other corner, Soju is actually trying to manipulate the fights, is actually trying to gain more and more from this particular fight, but no, it's not going to be that easy. We all know that. As you all can see, DLQ-33 is going to get used up. Oh, that was a juicy shot coming from his camera. And now it's all about this guy. Kuzo was also taken down. Finally, the round actually gets into the favor of this particular team. Moving onwards, the Gorilla Squad was absolutely trying his level best to attain the points, and yes, of course, they were able to attain. Gorilla Squad is somehow back in the game, somehow back in the assets, somehow back in the frags. It's a decent one, no doubt in that, and I'm loving it, no doubt in that, guys. I'm just loving the way consistency is going on. I'm just loving the way this whole fighting scenario is actually going to go on. Yeah, moving onwards, we might see more and more connections coming up, we might see more and more retaliations coming up, and I'm excited to see that kind of scenario. Well, of course, the sprays are there. As you all can see, this kind of continuity can be very, very vital enough. And if we talk about Dr. Soju, well, he's on the back end, again losing it up, and one more player was taken down from team 1 Mandrake, and survival is something which is out of question once again for team 1 Mandrake. But I think that they will be able to come back, because in the last one we saw that how they can actually bounce back. But no, one more taken down. It's all about Harry. He's the last one standing with those shotguns. Oh, SKS Particle Splitter is actually going to be the gun that he's trying to actually use. He eliminates one out, but he was unable to survive for a longer period of time. He's again down to dust, and with this, I believe again a lead of 2 points is actually there into the favor of team Sevensins. And if they are actually going to win 2 more, they are absolutely going to crush the other team, which is known as team 1 Mandrake. Slowly but steadily, this team is also showing up the signs of aggression, which we are actually excited for, to be precise. On the other corner, if we talk about Harry, he is also trying to contribute. On the other corner, if we talk about the other casualties which are going to get built, they are also trying their level best to attain more and more points. No doubt in that, the point system is absolutely looking stronger enough, absolutely looking amazing enough. On the other corner, you might see more and more contestants coming up. We have got S6 Snacks, we have got this guy that is going to be Zhang, we have got Soju also in the scene, we have got Harry also in the scene. Well, these are the 4 members to be precise. On the other corner, one good member from Team Sevensins has also been taken. Now that's going to be Waltz, and that's a sad side to watch. Eventually, I guess there is actually going to be a comeback type of situation for Team 1 Mandrake. If that comeback is not there, obviously they're not going to attain that 3rd position. And do you think so, guys? That 3rd position will be attained by this particular team? I hope so. Sevensins is again losing a lot of ground. Some space are actually being demanded. Alright, and the spray comes in, he puts one down. That was a decent one, no doubt in that. One more spray is actually going to get demanded. With this, last one standing from that particular team is actually going to be there. It's a type of 1v2 situation. Again, some sprays are actually going to get welcomed from both of these angles. He is actually getting connected. As you can see, this guy's survival is absolutely out of question. You can see that this guy is absolutely trying his level best to survive in, but he's going to get backstabbed from back angle, that's for sure. And yes, of course, he was taken down. With this, the 3rd round is also into the favor of team known as 1 Mandrake. What a gun game, what an intensity, what a fight coming up from their corner. This is absolutely massive, no doubt. Moving onwards, the connections will be there.
Destroy the objective. Bomb acquired.
Smoke out! Tango down.
Sorry for that small hiccup, guys, but we can see that Team Sevensins is absolutely competing. They are doing a very decent job of attaining more and more points. That's absolutely a decent one, no doubt on that. The connections are actually trying. The connections are actually coming up in the lobby, no doubt on that. Oh, it's a 1v1 type of situation, and he did it very beautifully. On the other corner, this is going to be Puaka Zord, who is the only member surviving from the other corner. This guy is actually holding the CBR4 squad mate. What do you think, guys, at this moment? Is it going to be possible enough for team number 5, or should I say team number 2, that is going to be the Gorilla squad? Is it possible for them to survive in? Well, once again, the sprays were there, but he was taken down with this. Sevensins is one step closer to their victory. One step closer, one fight closer to be precise, to their victory. What do you think, guys? What is going to happen in this one? The last round to be precise, for these two teams. One man Drake versus Sevensins. I believe the 2-2-2 is an equalizer distance that these both teams are trying to hit for. Moving onwards, we are actually witnessing another contestant coming up. Yeah, of course, Puaka Zord is actually holding that area. Once again, thumpers have been used. Yes, of course, the thumper is one of those impactful guns which can be very devastating for the enemy. Of course, some throwable, some connections, and some retaliation fires have been demanded on the other corner. This guy is going to get eliminated, that's for sure. Team Sevensins is absolutely competing, absolutely doing the job very beautifully. Some shots again are going to get welcomed. With that, Kilo 141 shots, Dr. Zhang was able to eliminate one out. See, now the squad mate is again getting used up, and I guess the bomb is actually planted, to be precise, but some sprays are actually coming up. But from the other back corner, once again the guy was taken down. It's all about the last member standing. That is going to be Dr. Zhang. He is the only mate, he is only the member who is actually going to get completed. Let's see, is it possible for him to actually turn down the fights, or the tides are actually going to be against him? Oh, that was a decent spray coming from his corner. That is absolutely amazing. Some sprays are again going to get welcomed from decent way. Both of these let's say teams are trying to go for a 1v1 tug of war, and you can already see that the shots are coming from the other corner. Oh, the game is done and dusted, and the third position is actually going to get into the favor of Team Sevensins, and the job was done very, very, very beautifully. With this, you are going to witness a new level of carnage, because now the grand finale are going to get welcomed for us. The grand finale is actually about to rise, and once again, very soon you are going to witness the grand finale, and I believe you are going to love it, because in the grand finale, two teams are there, Rivals and Legacy. These are the two teams which are going to actually take up an huge amount of fight into the lobby, and well, that fight is absolutely going to be amazing enough. I'm going to witness it to be sure, but before that, guys, we have to exit this lobby and we have to actually go for the next one, which will be coming up for me really very soon. Until then, guys, you can actually enjoy the music, or you can just go for the period back. Moving on to the period back.
Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escape mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone? Been months of bluffing the blushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down.
It's time.
notice we've been losing touch. Long gone fairy tale, yeah, we killed the rush. Been months of acting a fiction and staging a baptize. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. I think it's time to talk. Be true to what we want. Forget how it felt from the outset. Hope is to reset. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. What comes after
The grand finale. The grand finale it is, guys. We are going to enjoy the grand finale of this Claxon Presents weekly CODM Garena scrims, and in this we are going to witness Team RAU versus Team CKG. Which team is going to win it? Comment down your votes, and we are going to witness the fights. And you can already see this is the hard point, which is the first one. Hard point and takeoff is going to be the map if I'm not wrong. And still in this one, hard point is actually pretty much into the favor of team known as Team RAU, and of course they are leading the charts with 5 points. But then again, if I'm not wrong, the team known as Team CKG can easily climb up once again. And if Team CKG is going to climb it, well, of course the competition is actually going to be surreal enough, and you can see that the contestant is actually about to be there. Some shots were there, some thumpers were actually being used, and that is why I guess the point system is actually lacking at this moment. But still, 10 points, 11 points. Oh, a nade is actually in front of him, and he's going to go kaboom, that's for sure. Yes, of course, that's what happened. He was unable to read that nade because it was just like that, bouncing in front of his face. I don't know what happened to the guy, but he was unable to judge that, and that is why the game was done and dusted for this particular team, and that is why the game is actually taken down from his favor. Moving on, was 24 points for this particular team, and as of course they are actually doing a very decent job of actually acquiring more and more points. That is absolutely amazing. Moving onwards, if we talk about this particular guy, that's going to be Healed Tribal. Some sprays are actually about to get welcome, but the new hard point is actually going to get enabled in just 6 or 7 seconds, and once that hard point is actually going to get opened up, we are going to witness a new level of chaos coming up. But from the backstabbing angles, he was unable to learn that there is actually a teammate of the other team which was actually acquiring those stuns. CKG's Playhow is actually holding that back-end area, but he was unable to hold it for a longer period of time because another guy from Team RAU was able to, let's say, contest him out. And if we talk about Kia only RP, well, this is the guy which is actually using those predator missiles, and he is using it very beautifully, no doubt in that. And I'm absolutely loving the way this contestant is actually looking for me. Oh, another spray comes in with that Mac-10. He was unable to compete with him, and that is why the game is understood for the guy. But still, the backup is arriving, the cavalry is arriving, and I believe that Team RAU is able to, let's say, compete with their best intensity. But from the other corner, there is a backup type of situation coming for Team CKG also. CKG once again leading the charts, as you can see, 22 points for that particular team, 23, and still they are counting it up. I believe so. Team RAU is actually going to maintain another kind of strategy that they are actually going to hold this hard point, which is going to be welcomed very, very soon. And in about few seconds, the hard point is actually going to get unlocked, and the other hard point has been logged. So as you can see, there's 35 points more to go, and you can see, oh, that was a decent one. That was a decent way to actually tackle with the hard points. Now, I'm loving the consistency, I'm loving the aggression of this particular team, but still somehow the hard point was snatched out from their hand, and now the hard point is actually into the hands of Team CKG. That is interesting enough. Team RAW is unable to, let's say, compete. They are actually trying their levels to gain more and more points, but eventually it's not going to be that easy. You all know that the contestant is actually going to rise moment by moment. The intensity is actually going to rise moment by moment, and I guess that moment is still into the favor of Team CKG. As you can see, CKG leading the charts with 50 points, and they are about to, let's say, gain more and more, and they will be able to, let's say, contest them really very soon. But from the other corner, the blue team, or should I say the special forces, are actually rising up. Special forces are also trying their level best to attain more and more points. I mean, it's not going to be an easier task. We all know, easier said than done. 61 points for the team CKG, and they are the one making the charts at this moment. CKG is absolutely closing in onto the fights, but then again, another Annihilator shot is there. That is decent enough. Annihilator was being used by CKG High, and they were able to, let's say, eliminate them. Once again, Team CKG is trying their best to compete, but still 77 seconds more to go. I have a small query that is it possible for them to use the Annihilator? Is it banned or not? I don't know, but I have asked the management the question. Let's see, we are going to get the reply soon enough. On the corner, you might see more and more contestants coming up. High is the guy which is absolutely looking sharp in the lobby, but then again, this whole hard point is actually getting in favor of Team CKG. Close to 100 points, and that is going to be the case for this particular team. Some more plays are there, some more connections are actually going to get welcomed eventually. Let's see what is actually going to happen. 97, 98, 99, and that's 100 for Team CKG. Did a beautiful number. Okay, so guys, these guys have chosen Purifier and Sparrow to be banned. Annihilator is a gun they can easily use up. I guess that is why there is no kind of ban situation for this particular team. But moving onwards, we are actually looking sharp, and Team RAU is also trying to contest. RAU is also trying to attain more and more position points. That's as good enough. Hardpoint is actually into the favor of Team CKG for the moment, but RAU is also doing a very decent job of competing with it and actually eliminating the possibilities of winning this whole particular match number 1 from the best of 5. But the next match is about to start in, and for that, this team, particularly CKG, is absolutely holding the hardpoint for a longer period of time. But then again, the contestant was there. Hardpoint is somehow once again getting contested, as you can see. Team Blue, or should I say Team RAU, is absolutely doing a very beautiful job. And with that Predator missile, he was taken down. That's a bad one. RAU is actually losing a lot of ground, but still they are slowly but steadily holding their own ridges, holding their own kind of fights, and that is absolutely amazing, no doubt in that. Moving onwards, the contestants are actually looking sharp. Team RAU is still on the back end. Some space are there, some takeouts possibilities are actually going to be there. But what do you think, guys? What do you think precisely what will happen at this moment? Is it possible for this particular team to survive in, or there is going to be some kind of casualty getting built up? Tell me, guys, tell me what's your opinion on that. Again, some beautiful thumper missiles were used. TBR4 is going to be the gun which he's trying to use in, but then again, the points are actually slightly into the favor of team known as Team CKG. And if CKG tries to actually maintain this kind of domination, it will be very favorable for the particular team. Moving onwards, as you can see, this guy would be able to, let's say, use that death machine, but still he is not using that death machine at this moment. Eventually the next pushing is actually about to come in, and still the hard point is actually into the favor of team known as Team CKG. CKG is about to win it, and you can already see that remaining round score for Team CKG is actually going to be only just 20, and if they are able to reach those 20 points marker, they will be able to, let's say, be the best. They will be able to, let's say, win and maintain a pressure on the enemy known as Team RAU. And I believe so that it is actually going to happen very often. As you can see, CKG High with that Annihilator was about to crush the Spirit, but he was unable to. But now just 3 more points to go for the team known as CKG. And other than that, I guess the 3 more points are actually going to be there anytime soon. You are going to witness the carnage, chaos, and the retaliations. And yes, of course, 148, 149. Oh, the hard point goes empty at that moment. Eventually, the hard point is pretty much empty at this point. So yeah, of course, we might see more and more connections coming up. 148 points for this particular team. That's a decent one. 140 band and 150. With this, the first match of the best of 5 coming in the grand finale of Claxon CODM Garena series is actually going to go into the favors of Team CKG. Well, they did a tremendous number in the lobby. They performed very well. The synergy was very well. The way they were holding was very well. But the starting was not that pacifistic. Starting was actually, let's say, pretty passive. They were unable to gain more and more points until the team known as Team RAU was able to contend and got 55 points of their own. But what happened after that? That the enemy team, or should I say the team known as Team CKG, came back into the fight, and through that angle they were able to compete, and they were constantly gaining more and more points. I mean, yeah, of course, there was a tug of war between these two teams. Somehow Team RAU was able to hold that hard point for slightly 5 or 10 seconds, but after that, what happens? The synergy, the kind of consistency, the carnage from Team CKG comes wreaking havoc onto them, and just like that, they were taken down. Moving onwards, we are going to witness the next match really very soon, and it is going to be search and destroy in the firing range. Let the match start, and till then, enjoy the music. Alright guys, the game have started. This is going to be the search and destroy mode, and once again we are going to love it, we are going to cherish it, we are going to enjoy a lot of stuff coming up in this particular match. But let's see how this whole connection scenario is going to go on. How much more of a casualty is going to get built is the bigger question. From the corner you might see some more shots coming up, you might see some more aggression coming up. As you all can see that in this map, contestment is very real. CKG, which actually won the last one, has to actually win this one also to actually maintain a kind of pressure onto the enemy team. And of course the enemy team is actually losing, getting that pressure, because you can see that CKG has actually put down one member from team RAU, and the other guy puts one down from team CKG. That's a decent one, that's a decent trade coming from. Squad mate is the gun that they are actually trying to use in 1 minute and 90 seconds to go. That's all they are left with. On the other corner, you might see more and more connections coming up. You might see more and more shots coming up, but still this team is surviving with that DLQ-33. Casualty could be there. Casualty could be there. Thumper has been used. Let's see how the Thumper is actually going to get assisted. On the other corner, no Thumper use was done because the guy already fall back, and he was able to successfully fall back from the situation. That's a decent one. Falling back and learning from his own mistakes is going to be the case for this particular team. But moving onwards, let's see how much more of aggression is actually going to get built. But let's see what happens eventually. So as you all can see, now the connections are looking strong enough, but team CKG is losing a lot of ground. CKG is one good member is actually taken down. The other guy was also taken down. And I believe we are left with only 3 members. On the other corner, CKG is high, puts one down, and that is absolutely amazing. YOLO only was taken down. From the other corner, Infinite is the one who is trying constantly his level best to actually put down some space. But another 1v1 comes up. Oh, that was a beautiful one. High was able to put one more down. Oh, the another one was also taken on. With this, the only guy which is going to survive is going to be this one, Infinite. With that, bomb planting scenario is actually going to go ahead and plant the bomb. That is absolutely massive. Another spray comes in, but he was taken down with this. CKG again wins the first one. CKG wins the first round into their favor, and that is absolutely massive. Moving onwards, a lot of chaos is actually about to rise in. Let's see how much more of a situation will be actually taken down.
Defend the objectives. The enemy has the bomb.
Frag out!
Alright, the sprays are coming up, the tags are coming up. Team CKG will not be able to let's say survive the team intensity if they are going to do the job unevenly. Another spray comes in, and look at that how beautifully this team is actually trying to contribute. But then again, team RAU is not looking that strong for me. RAU is losing the grounds. RAU is unable to let's say compete with the intensity which is required, and RAU might be going down really very soon, and that could be very chaotic for the particular team. But moving onwards, the last man standing was also taken down, and with this I believe this is the only mate which was going to survive, and he also puts one down. And with this, CKG again wins this one. CKG is absolutely crushing the competition, absolutely maintaining the legacy, maintaining the lead, maintaining their intensity onto the game, and that is absolutely massive. I'm just loving the way this fight is actually going to go on. Moving onwards, this is the guy known as High, which is actually going to uplift that bomb, and if he will be able to plant that bomb, another level of pressure will be built onto the enemy. But let's see if that pressure situation is actually going to be there, or is it going to be the end of team RAU once again. Let's see what happens, guys. Another nade comes in, another casualty is actually about to come in. Some sprays were taken down, but nobody was taken down. Whoa! RAU's yellow only was taken down. That's a bad one. Eventually, I guess this is the guy who actually eliminated him. Interesting enough. Interesting. RAU's RAU Rival is also trying to hold their own ridges. If we talk about this guy, Kia only RP, he's also trying to hold his own corner. If we talk about Hate Rivalry, he's also trying to hold their own corner. They are not even letting it go. They are not letting the enemy team known as team CKG come in and plant that bomb. You can already see the connections are looking sharp enough. The takes are actually going to be there. The tag out situations are actually getting learned. From the other corner, it's all about this particular guy. Well, obviously the sprays are there, and you can see that the shots are actually getting connected. But the guy was taken down. Moving onwards, you are actually witnessing a chaotic situation. Both of the teams are losing two members of their team. Moving onwards, I guess if we talk about this particular guy, Trap could be them. Tap could be the one who is actually going to turn down the tide. But moving onwards, if we talk about CKG's DNA, what do you think, guys? What do you think? What can DNA do at this moment? Once again, the takeout was there, and you can see that CKG is about to go down. Again, a thumper use was there, and that was decent enough, but no, they were unable to survive. And with this, I guess the special forces are going to win their first one. It is absolutely interesting enough, but moving onwards, let's see how much more of a casualty is actually going to get built. I don't know what is going to happen at this moment, but yeah, the contestment is something very amazing. The fighting situation is absolutely amazing. The kind of connection which is demanded in the lobby is absolutely amazing, and I'm just loving the kind of consistency which is going on in the lobby. Moving onwards, you are going to see CKG's Infinite, which is also trying to contribute, which is also trying to retaliate with the fights. You can see that some space, some takeouts are actually going to be there. Moving onwards, again some space, again some intensity, again some retaliation fires are actually going to get built. Yeah, of course, you can see that this is how Team CKG rolls, but CKG is again taken down, and Team RAU is back again in the action, and that's what I'm actually waiting for. RAU is back again in the gun game. RAU is back again in the form, and that is what we are all were waiting for. But if CKG manages to let's say turn the tides once again, they will be able to, let's say, win this one and maintain their pressure of winning the second round from the best of 5, because you all know only 5 matches are actually going to get played, and in this the best of 5 situation we are already witnessing that the Team RAU is losing by 1, and Team CKG has won the first one. That was at the hardpoint one, and that was absolutely massive. Hardpoint was into the favor of Team CKG, but moving onwards, let's see if CKG will be able to continue that kind of dominancy, or is going to be a tug of war between these two teams. You can see that the shots will be welcomed really very soon enough. Okay, the teams are constantly trying their level best to tag out. You can see that the shots are getting connected, but no, it's not going to be there anytime soon. Yes, of course, this guy that is known as CKG's Claxon, he is able to, let's say, determine the position where the enemy could be lurking, but still he is unable to connect any kind of good brutal enough shots, and that is why I guess none of the damages are actually going to get recorded. No, guys, a very slow paced match is coming up in the lobby. That's what we are actually witnessing. Infinite, if I'm not wrong, Infinite actually puts one down from the lobby. One from the other corner, it's going to be high with that Mac 10, who is actually looking forward to plant a bomb. But is it possible for this guy to plant that bomb? I think is it not going to be that easy. Yellow only was also there. Some space are actually going to get demanded, but yes, of course, he was unable to plant that bomb. On the other corner, some more space are actually going to get planted. Oh, Team CKG is actually going to win this one once again. CKG did the job very beautifully, no doubt in that. Yeah, moving onwards, let's see how much more of an aggression is actually going to be left.
Defend the objectives. They have the bomb.
Yeah, moving onwards, I can see that CKG staff is actually going to be there. Some more sprays are actually getting demanded. On the other corner, some shots are actually going to get demanded at this moment, but another spray will be there, I believe so. Team CKG has to actually touch down that 6-win pointer. So, what do you think, guys? Is it going to be possible for this team to win it or not? Again, a spray comes in. Again, a domination phase can be actually taken down. Oh, the sprays are there. The sprays have been welcomed, but it's a 1v1 trade coming up. Again, this team is losing some grounds. Oh, the shots are there, but not even getting able to, let's say, connect. DNA from the other corner is constantly trying his level best to maintain that pressure, but it's not going to be that enough. You all know they have to actually bring up some kind of chaos once again. They have to actually build up more and more points. Oh, Claxon with that amazing shot puts one down once again, and this is the intensity which we are actually welcoming, and that is absolutely amazing. I'm just loving the kind of gun game which is there in the lobby, but CKG somehow is still losing a lot of ground. As you all can see, CKG won't be able to survive if this kind of scenario comes again and again. Comes back and forth. Again, a stay was actually welcomed. Oh, it was a 1v2, decent one, no doubt in that. Moving onwards, again a need was welcomed. So we are witnessing a shot coming up. 13 seconds more to go. The bomb should be disarmed at this moment. That's what the strategy should call out for. The bomb have been planted. It's going to be a very chaotic, tough enough fight for him. Eventually the space were there. You can see that the space are actually going to get connected. Now the bomb won't be able to, let's say, get diffused, and with this CKG is again going to lose it. A sad sight to watch. I don't know what is happening for Team CKG. I just want them to survive. I just want them to maintain their form enough grip.
Defend the objective. The enemy has the bomb.
Alright, so as you all can see, the connections are looking sharper and sharper. The casualties are getting built, no doubt on that. The finishes and the retaliations are actually going to be there. Uh, Well, of course, moving onwards, I guess we are witnessing a lot of chaos coming up. You can see that the shots are actually coming up. But Team Sevensins are... sorry. To be precise, I'm actually still revolving around Sevensins and the other team which was there, 1-1 wreck, if I'm not wrong. Well, this is the game between Team RAU. This is the grand finale of this particular weekly sims, no doubt in that. And I'm absolutely loving the kind of consistency which is going to be there in the lobby. What do you think how this whole contestment is actually going to get panned out? How much more of a point is actually going to get built? Oh! A tacky one, a strong one, a beautiful one. But once again, he puts one down from the enemy territory. This is absolutely massive. This team has to survive, but is it possible for them to survive or not? That's a big question. Once again, Thumper was being used. Now they have to go ahead and defuse the bomb. Yes, of course, this guy is trying his level best to defuse the bomb. Okay, with that Thumper, the game is done and dusted. 4-4 for each other. That's a decent one. That is absolutely amazing. But moving onwards, let's see how much more of a fighting spirit they can actually put them.
Destroy the objective. We got the bomb.
So moving onwards, we might see more and more contestants coming up. I can see that Team CKG is also trying to contribute. CKG is also trying to eliminate, and CKG is also trying to gain and attain more points. Yes, of course, I'm excited to see that what more can actually happen at this moment. The contestants are absolutely looking strong enough. The casualties are looking strong enough, and I can already say that this kind of scenario will be absolutely favorable for the particular team. But yeah, of course, I'm actually loving the kind of consistency which is actually going to be there.
The bomb has been planted.
The last member surviving from Team CKG is going to be this one. This is known as Infinite, but let's see, is it possible for Infinite to survive in? I don't think so. It's going to be an easier task for this guy to survive in, but then again, some sprays are there. Then again, some casualties are actually going to get built. You can see that the connections are looking strong enough. The casualties are actually going to be there. Alright, on the other corner, Infinite is holding the ridges. 1v1 fight is actually going to be there. Oh, that was a decent one coming from Infinite's end. And now the only guy surviving from this particular area is going to be Team RAU's yellow only. And he's the only member who can actually contribute and eliminate the competition. Yes, of course, he did it, and he did it very beautifully. That was absolutely amazing. And Special Forces is actually one step closer to winning this particular tournament, winning this particular match, to be precise. No. Match, to be precise, that's going to be the case. This team is actually one step closer to winning this particular match. What do you think how this whole scenario is actually going to go on? How much more of an aggression is actually left in the lobby, and how much more of a point system they can actually build for each other? That's the biggest question, guys. Please comment down and tell me what is your opinion on to that. What is your thinking? What is your tempo on that? That how much more of a point they can actually build? Is it going to be Team RAU once again winning it, or is it going to be Team CKG Legends losing it? CKG Legends, I mean, they have to actually do a very elongated type of fight coming up, because CKG is actually on the way of getting and attaining more and more points, no doubt in that. But let's see how this whole situation will be panning out, how much more of an aggression will be actually getting built. That's a bigger question. Some strays are actually getting welcomed. As you can see, another takeout was there. That is absolutely decent. Team Sevensins is actually going to lose this one, that's for sure. And yes, of course, that's what happened. CKC was taken down.
That round, but it's not over yet. Ready up. Bomb spotted. Enemy has dropped the
Team
bomb.
CKC, a lot of loss.
Destroy the objective. We got the bomb.
Frag out.
Well, on the other corner, it's a 5v5 type of equalizer situation coming up. Both of the teams have to actually do a very tremendous job. Both of the teams have to actually attain more and more points. But let's see how much more of a point they can actually build it and gain and attain at this moment. Obviously, it's not going to be an easy task. It's not going to be a piece of cake for this particular team to survive in. But some of those plays are actually going to be very tough enough for this particular team. Sevensins is again losing a lot of ground. You can see that, but Sevensins are coming back and forth in the fight, are gaining more and more points. That's a decent one, no doubt in that. Moving onwards, if we talk about this particular area, well, Hate Rivalry puts one down, but she was also taken down. Moving onwards, again a spray comes in. Oh, one more mate has been taken, and finally it's all about the contribution, it's all about the eliminations, and I believe, oh, look at that lovely sight. With this, Team CKG is going to win this one, and CKG Oh, I'm really very sorry, guys. That is going to be Team RAU, if I'm not wrong. RAU wins this one, and RAU are the one which is going to contribute to the fights, and RAU is the one which is going to get this into the favor. I guess it was a best of 5 type of situation, but in this one is there for Team CKG, one is there for team known as Team RAU. Obviously, the fights are actually looking sharp enough. But guys, wait a second. I guess you are going to face a small buffer. I'm going to get more and more delay on the stream so that eventually we can avoid the stream snapping issues and all. So please wait for a minute, guys. I'll be back in a jiffy, and I'll be back with the intensity once again. I'll be back with the aggression once again. So please give me a small time period, and I hope you guys are going to love it, because I'm actually loving the whole CODM Garena scenario right now. The clock is ticking, the time is running. Let's see what happens. Eventually the stats are in front of you. The next match is about to start really very soon, but before that, guys, let me just move on to the situation, and I'll be back in a jiffy. I'll be starting the stream once again, but for that you have to wait for, let's say, close to 1 minute.
Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escape mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone? Been months of bluffing the blushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. It off, always in overdrive. Now the feeling's lost, blind to notice we've been losing touch. Long gone fairy tale, yeah, we killed the rush. Been months of acting a fiction and staging a Valentine's. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. I think it's time to talk. Ooh,
well, our beloved enemies and beloved teammates, we are actually going to witness the domination phase once again, and Team CKG is leading the charts with actually 2 points. On the other corner, if I'm not wrong, the other team is also trying to contribute and attaining more and more points. That's beautiful enough. I believe this is the domination phase, and in this domination one, well, of course, a lot of amazing stuff is about to happen. So what do you think, guys? Which team is actually going to win it, learn it, and earn from it? I believe so that the contestment is actually going to be very sweet enough. But yeah, of course, CKG and both RAU, both of these teams are actually trying their level best to compete, and they are actually trying to put more and more aggressions into the lobby. So let's see how this whole situation will be carried out. On the other corner, if we talk about this area, RAU's yellow only is actually there. Then if we talk about only RP, that is going to be the case. On the other corner, RAU's S2 rival is actually going to go there, but eventually Team CKG is not actually getting more and more points. Team RAU is the one which is actually attaining more and more points into the favor, and that is absolutely amazing. In the last one, you saw that RAU won that particular match, and if this kind of scenario happens in this one also, Team RAU wins it. Obviously, the kind of synergy, the kind of attainment that we want from the lobby is absolutely going to be there. Let's talk about this particular team, that is going to be CKG. Well, now they are holding their own corners. They're holding it very beautifully, and of course, the teams are actually going to get welcome, that's for sure. Still, obviously, at this moment, if we talk about Team CKG, well, they are the one cherishing and gaining more and more points. On the other corner, same goes for Team RAU also. They are also getting and attaining more and more points, no doubt in that. They are also trying their levels to get and, let's say, live up to the marker. Let's see how this marker is actually going to get hit on, and how much more of a point system they can actually get at this moment. That's a good question.
It's too close. Deployed. Losing Bravo. Lost A.
Comment down, guys. Comment down what are the possibilities that are actually going to be there.
Lost the lead. Capturing C. Hostile hunter-killer drone inbound.
On the other corner, you are seeing that team number, let's say team special forces is actually getting more and more points. That is absolutely amazing. The level of contestment is actually looking sharp enough. The kind of intensity is absolutely looking sharp enough, and with this kind of win game, they will be able to, let's say, cherish it. And if Team CKG wins this one, obviously they are going to actually cherish it. Obviously they are going to maintain a pressure onto the enemy body. But eventually, at this moment, I guess it's a tug of war. It's an equalizer type of fight coming up. Both of the teams are not leading by a farther distance. Both of the teams are actually pretty much close enough, and one can easily turn the other down. So I don't have any clue, guys, at this moment, to be precise, at what will happen, how it is going to happen, and how much more of an intensity is actually going to get demanded in the lobby. But yes, of course, I'm excited to see how much more of aggression is actually going to be there, how much more of a point system actually going to be there into the favor. 59 points for the team known as Team RAU, and 55 for the team known as Team CKG. That's what we are actually left with. That's what we are actually going to attain with. On the other corner, some smoke, some nades, some throwables are actually going to be used up, but Fuse Guy is unable to confront the team known as Team RAU. Obviously, Team RAU is absolutely on the lead, absolutely close to the sudden death kind of scenario, because 75 points, that's what this team is actually going to be connecting with, and I guess the sides are going to get switched in really very soon. So let's see how this whole situation will be carried out, and देखते हैं किस तरीके से points यहाँ पे निकलते हैं.
Lost that round, but it's not over yet. Ready up. Capture the objectives. We're capturing enemy taking Charlie. Captured Alpha. That's Charlie. We've taken the lead.
Target down. Enemy down.
Capturing Bravo.
Down.
We're capturing C.
Well, as you can see, the casualties are rising. The elimination is actually going to be there. On the other corner, if we talk about RAU Rival, well, of course, the point system is absolutely getting into the favor. 99, that's what the point is actually, this team is actually learning with. If we talk about Team RAU, yeah, very close to getting this victory into their perspective. But yes, of course, 100 points is actually there into the favor. It is absolutely massive enough, no doubt on that. The contestment is actually going to be there. 100 points is that's what we have. Oh, the other team that is going as this particular team is absolutely competing and attaining more and more points. That is absolutely amazing. On the other corner, if we talk about this particular team, velocity yellow only is actually going to be there. 106 for this particular team. But eventually, let's see how this whole situation is actually going to be there. 102 points, that's what we are actually attaining with. Let's see how this whole situation is actually going to be there, no doubt in that. Eventually, if we talk about 103, that is going to be the points of Team RAU. Well, of course, RAU is not looking that great enough. On the other corner, if we talk about this particular team, 118 is the point system which is there into the favor. 120 points for this particular team. Moving onwards, let's see how this action is going to get built. How much more of a point system is actually going to be there is the bigger question, no doubt in that. If we talk about Team RAU, well, 101 points, that's all they are actually attaining at this moment. But if we talk about the other team, that is going to be Team CKG. CKG is leading the charts with 18 points still at this moment. Exactly 20 more points for Team CKG. That's what they are going to attain for. But is it possible for Team CKG to maintain their domination? Well, we are going to witness one hell of a chaos coming up in the lobby. 134 points for Team CKG, 114 for the team known as Team RAU. Well, of course, RAU is actually on the losing end, no doubt on that. But RAU is slowly but steadily coming back in the fight. And if RAU is able to come back with that kind of intensity, it is actually going to be very, very lovely, no doubt on that. This contestment is absolutely going to be amazing. This chaos, this intensity, these fights are absolutely going to be amazing enough. But yeah, I'm excited to see what can actually happen. And the spray is actually going to get welcome. Another retaliation is actually going to get welcome. Of course, Team CKG is actually not picking up the pace, to be precise. Yeah, of course, slowly but slowly, Team CKG is also trying to learn it and attain more and more points. But then again, that Annihilator shot was absolutely amazing. I saw it and I was, let's say, losing with the dreaded fights which are there. Moving on was 147, 148, and now I guess CKG is going to be the one which is going to uplift it, which is going to win it. And yeah, the game is done and dusted. As you all can see, the Special Forces won this one, and we are with a 2v1 type of split. And the two matches which are being won are actually won by particularly team known as, let's say, CKG, and one is won by Team RAU. That's what the stats are actually stating. Moving onwards, the music is actually going to come in. Enjoy the music until the next one starts.
Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escaping mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone? Been months of bluffing the blushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Touch, long gone fairy tale. Yeah, we killed the rush.
Tied for the lead. Hardpoint locked down. We've taken the lead.
Target down.
Hardpoint contested.
Tango down.
Lost the lead. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint lost. Taken the lead. Lost the lead. Hardpoint hostile hunter-killer drone inbound. Hardpoint contested. Capture the hardpoint. Locked down. Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint is ours. At the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint lost.
Target down. Tango down.
Hardpoint is ours.
Enemy down.
Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint identified. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Tango down.
Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint contested.
Grenade out.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Enemy down. Tango down.
Hardpoint is ours.
Target down.
Hardpoint lost. Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint contested. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint is ours. Killer drone contested. Hardpoint lost. Hardpoint identified.
Frag out.
Hardpoint locked. Hardpoint contested.
Frag.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is ours. Hardpoint contested. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Tango down.
Hardpoint locked down.
Grenade out.
Be advised, hostile hunter-killer drone inbound. Hardpoint hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Target down. Need backup. Down. Enemy down.
Hardpoint. Hardpoint lost. We've taken the lead.
Well, as you all can see, this team known as Team CKG is already rising back once again. Team RAU is unable to compete with them, but eventually still Team RAU is on the lead. As you all can see, RAU is the one which is actually attaining more and more points. 100 points is the marker where Team CKG is going to hit it up. Now the next hard point is actually going to be very shortly, and eventually holding this hard point is not going to be that easy for the enemy team. Oh, the shots are there, the connections are actually being made, but still that Annihilator was unable to contact anyone from the enemy team. Once again, that normal kill was there. Team CKG is losing a lot of ground. On the other corner, if we talk about team known as R4, RAU to be precise, yes, of course, they are leading the charts, no doubt in that. They are doing a tremendous job in the lobby. This kind of job is actually going to be sustainable enough for them. Moving onwards, as you can see, a lot of shot, a lot of retaliation, a lot of fires were actually being made, but still this team is actually not winning it, not actually able to, let's say, cross the markers. On the other corner, 112 points, that's what we are actually attaining for. On the other corner, if we talk about team RAU, well, of course, RAU is on the verge of actually winning it, getting it, attaining it into the favor. That's a decent one, no doubt in that. 140 seconds, that's all we are left with. But in this small period of time, this team known as, let's say, RAU is absolutely competing. CKG is unable to defend themselves. CKG is unable to, let's say, gain more and more points. 20 points of a buffer is actually going to be there, as you all can see. But then again, CKG's members are still unable to compete, still unable to defend themselves, still unable to, let's say, gain more and more points. Into that perspective, moving onwards, 120 points, 121 points, that's a decent one. The leads are actually getting into the favor, no doubt in that. The next hard point is actually there into the favor of Team CKG. They are holding it very beautifully, no doubt in that. CKG is actually more than compelled to hold this particular hard point into their perspective, so that eventually they will be able to win it. And you can already see some sprays are being demanded, some sprays are actually getting into their consideration. Obviously, it was a decent one, but eventually 130 points, that's what we are actually working on. Team CKG is absolutely doing a tremendous job in the lobby. 134, 135. I mean, the points are actually getting built back in, back again. In and out. That is going to be the starts for Team CKG, and if CKG is actually going to win it, well, that would be really very beautiful and faithful for the CKG. I believe so. CKG is on the verge of actually getting it destructed. You can see that those another shots are coming up, but still somehow Team CKG is far-fetched, and I believe Team RAU is actually on the verge of winning it. But some space was there. Finally, I guess RAU is back again in the action. RAU is way too close. RAU is going to win it, that's for sure. RAU goes into the next one, and yes, of course, that's what we are witnessing. That's what we are actually going for. But moving onwards, the game is done and dusted, as you all can see.
Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escaping mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone?